New York and on the new Hot 97 app. Ebro in the morning on Hot 97.
Ebro in the morning. Laura Styles. Well, we'll get back to Laura Styles. Rosesburg.
Oh my God.
We'll get back to Laura Styles in a minute because, you know, this whole segment is about Laura Jam. Oh!
Wait. It's not. I actually
not called
I got
Laura
an email.
Jam.
Not called Laura Jam.
What?
Yep. Apparently, it's called Envsn Fest.
Who came up with that? What's your name?
Sharifa Murdock.
Sharifa Murdock. It's a pleasure to meet you. Did you come up with Envsn Fest?
Yes, I did.
This was your idea?
Yes, it was.
And you didn't consult with us to call it Laura Jam?
Nah.
What are the origins of Envsn Fest?
The people, the youth culture, girls, men, women that want to turn into, kids that want to turn into women. It's all about encompasses girls, to be honest with you.
Wow.
So just so you guys know some background, Sharifa and I have been really good friends for years, probably when I was like working retail and broke and beating pizza and just talking about like our dreams, right? And as we both grew into our careers, we always kept in touch. And Sharifa is my homegirl that would be like, how's your credit? What are we doing? Like the one who cared, you know what I mean? We would have these real conversations. So we always connected because she'd be like, I'm going to go mentor some girls. I have this project with young women. So we would always get together and do these type of things. But then we also had conversations how a lot of the panels and events that we would attend, there wasn't enough substance for young girls, right? Mm-hmm. Like, remember you went to like a beauty con and you're like, there has to be a little bit more than this.
There needs to be more. I mean, like I think that no shade to none of these events because I think they're all amazing for what they're amazing for. I just feel like my dream is to do something bigger.
Walk us through when you say bigger, you're not just saying size-wise.
I'm saying
impact.
Just impact. Like, I want to be able to inspire young women. I get so many DMs about, I'm born and raised in Brooklyn, right? And you see how the young girls are growing up now, and you get so many DMs on Instagram about how I've impacted their lives by just little things that I do. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, it goes beyond me. There's so many women that are around me that I see that can help and impact these young girls. And I just think that it needs to be something broader. It needs to be a state of mind, but still have a fun feel to it. It doesn't have to be so serious, but for me, it's very serious on the next generation growing up because those are going to be the leaders. And those are going to be the people leading us and telling us what to do. Mm-hmm. So it's like we need to implement what we can in these young girls and boys now.
Do you subscribe to the notion that there's a lack of guidance out there for young people?
I don't subscribe to the notion that there's a lack of guidance. I subscribe to the notion that there's a lack of people wanting to show guidance.
Okay.
And I think that, you know, to each individual does what they can do, but I feel like we can be doing so much more as people. We can show, and it's little things. You don't have to have a shitload of money to do what you need to do. You just need to be able to put things in front of kids to show them experiences, to show them how great they can be. We live in a world where you can do whatever you want to do. You can be whatever you want to be. We just now need to show these kids the right direction on which way they want to go and not go sideways.
Do you feel like for young people, it's a matter of kind of them helping them identify their path, right? Because obviously there's a lot of people who gravitate to similar paths, right? Like, obviously, the music industry, entertainment, all of these things that, you know, bring you fame and you know, sometimes notoriety. Yeah. It feels like everybody gravitates to those things.
Of course.
Because it's kind of like it seems fun.
Yeah.
Right? But it always feels like nobody's actually showing them the business side or the real world side of what it is.
That's my problem. That's my whole problem. I want to see more shows on TV where it's like, show me how you got there. Show me. I would love to know. Beyonce is phenomenal. We know she's phenomenal. And we've seen her story here and there. But I want to see the grind. I want to see everyone's grind. Because I think what happens nowadays is people get on Instagram and they see, you know, they see the glam. They see what Fendi bag girls are wearing. They see all the different labels, but they don't know how they got it. So now these girls out there chasing this. They're chasing that notion. And it's just sad for me because I want girls to know that I had to work. Laura knew me since, I was working at McDonald's when I was in high school. And I have no shame in that because I want kids to know I did work in McDonald's. I worked in Key Food at a grocery store. And then I worked my way up. And
I was
I
at
like
Burger King.
Nah, the key food.
key food.
She was realer than Elvin.
And now that you see
Trader
Sharifa,
Joe's.
Wait, you still taking shots
work
at
at Key
Elvin?
Food.
You still coming for Elvin?
I'm just saying, Elvin. Trader
just
Joe's like a
saying.
dreamland compared to Key Food.
I worked at those stores and I worked my way up. I was fortunate enough to meet someone along my journey that I built with, and I was able to, he became my mentor. And he taught me so much in this business on how to work within the business, you know. And I grew up working in a clothing store. It was one of the hottest clothing stores in Brooklyn, Atrium. And he showed me the way. He was the one, right? So just think about it. If I've had females also showing me how to be a real woman and how to do different things, it could be also great as well. And that's what I want for Envsn.
So can you take us through what Envsn Fest is actually going to be?
So Envsn Fest is going to be, in my mind, it's like the homecoming. Think about when kids go to school nowadays. That's the only times they come together. Theoretically, they come together with their other girlfriends or whatever, but you're all together in school. It's a homecoming for school. It's like I'm going back to school, but this is going to be my jam, my last jam before we really go hard, right? So it's a full festival day of like panel discussions within all industries. It's not just like a fashion thing. It's not a media thing. It's all industries. It's beauty. It's wellness. It's also teaching kids about wellness, about their bodies, like how to meditate. All of us nowadays, we're so censored by these phones that we have ADD all the time because we're doing so much. I want kids to know, like, you have to be still sometimes. And also, it's about fashion, of course, because that's my background, and I wanted to be able to bring fashion to these kids. That's not the norm. You know, I think that this generation is so well looked at. They don't. I don't think they even understand how much influence they have on what's happening today. Everyone's think about it. We all are looking at kids to basically dictate what we're wearing as adults. They have such an impact that. But it's not being used by the companies. Companies are, at this point, abusing it. And I want to make sure that these companies understand that these kids matter. And they have so much impact on your company that they can have on your future. So Envsn is a day of just like being a fun girl, but learning. And learning from women that you can respect and you know and you want to be like. And it's like, I want to be like so-and-so, or I want to be like Laura. And they can talk to Laura and say, hey, Laura, how did you get here? And let Laura tell her story.
But it's really, that's what we decided to do with the panels. It's all these incredible women that all these young girls admires, but we're putting it in a setting where these kids can ask whatever questions that they want. So, like, for example, one of the things that I get approached anytime I go to school is like, how did you get into the radio, right? So we have a broadcasting journalism panel where it's our girl Gia Peppers. You know, Gia Peppers is growing and she's amazing and she's doing TV, but nobody knows her journey just yet. We have Alexa Dat.
I like her.
Yes.
What was her journey, by the way?
We don't know.
As a woman in sports, we have Carly Hustle.
What was her journey?
She just showed up one day.
Somebody check that resume.
A girl, Nadeska from Complex. Honey German. We just have amazing women that come from all walks of life. They're gonna be there, and then we have the business of beauty. We have you know, girls in tech. I mean, you name it, we have something covering every single field that you would be interested in.
And Laura, take us through, because I know your job was helping with the panels and also the creative for the music.
Right. Laura Jam. That's Laura Jam.
Not Laura Jam. First of all,
Laura Jam is at Envsn Fest.
I curated an amazing lineup. And we have incredible talent. Our girl Megan Wright is as far as the DJs goes, we have Megan Wright, we have Coco and Breezy, we have Nina Sky, we have DJ Sage, who started is actually still working street team now, but does mix show weekends. So we have DJs from all over. My girl Lady S, who is international. But then we have Malibu Miitch performing from the Bronx.
Dope.
We have Javea, who's on the 4. We have Saweetie.
Saweetie's out here popping.
And we have Danny Lay. And then we have Tinashe.
Tanisha. Tanisha's
killing
in the
it
building.
on Dance with the Stars as we speak.
Yes. And these are all artists that all the young women that we work with wanted to see. And we're also sponsoring 300 girls from all the from DYCD, the after school programs here in New York City that we work with, and the Lower East Side Girls Club.
Yes.
Oh, so they're all getting sponsored and they just get to come.
Yeah.
Yes.
So 300 girls just gonna get to show up.
That's it.
And then if you want to buy tickets for your daughters, how would one go about doing that?
Envsnfestival.com.
Spell it.
ENVSNfestival.com. There was no vows.
Yes.
Screwed me up. Screwed me up.
So
Exactly.
get your tickets, guys, and we offer a group discounts. If there's young women that you guys want to bring, and you're like, look, I have a group of girls that I want to bring. Can I get a little discount? You can email us. We'll take care of you. But we're inviting everybody to come support us because we do want to do this next year. So we do have to make some money so we can make it happen.
So, question: there's always a lot of talking, right? I'm not big myself. I'm not really a big participant in a lot of panels and gatherings because I feel like A, I already talk a lot, and B, there's just a lot. There's a lot of people talking all the time.
Oh, true.
And there's never any like, what's the follow up? Okay, so we had this conversation, and then what? And I know there's that spark in the conversation, right? Like you're sitting down with some people, and it sparks a kid, or gives a kid that extra fuel that they need to keep going. So there is value there. At Envsn Fest and after Envsn Fest, what are the follow-ups? How will I get in touch with these people? Will that be made available to me when I'm at Envsn Fest?
For the most part, it will be made available. I think it's important for us to keep it going. Like, I want to have more roundtables throughout the year, not just only one event a year. This is a long-term goal of mine. It's to have roundtable with these young girls on what their futures hold and what they want to do and how we can help get them to the next step in life. So
and we've been doing school visits before Envsn Fest, and we're going to continue doing it afterwards. Like we're going to continue pushing all year round.
All year round.
You might drag your ass to be a part of it too.
I'm in. For the young men out there, I know a lot of times I hear from young men, it's like, yo, what are we doing for young men? You know what I'm saying? Because there's the mentoring aspect for young men isn't, or at least young men feel like it isn't there. Like there's not magazines for young men talking about mental health and relationships and these things. There's not television shows for young men talking about managing their toxic masculinity and unpacking their social programming, and dating and you know what I mean? And a lot of young men. And I would even encourage young men to try to participate in Envsn Fest. While this is an event tailored for young ladies, still the path to discovery and learning about yourself and learning from people who might be in professions that you might want to be in is still available at Envsn.
Maybe you should start the young men's one. Progression Fest.
Exactly.
Festival.
I love
it.
2 S's. You gotta do two
Sure.
S's.
Whatever.
PRG.
You're focusing on the wrong thing.
Okay,
and then we get the young men out there. We talk about harnessing our chi and all the different things. Meditating, haircuts, yoga.
Yo, I'm a big yoga. Big yoga guy. Big, literally big, and I like yoga.
And we can finally get together our idea of doing yogurt and yoga at the same time.
That's bad.
Frogurt.
Okay.
After yoga.
It's getting out of hand.
Anyways,
guys, get your tickets at envisionfestival.com.
I was, man. You ruined it.
Sorry.
I was trying to be serious.
There shouldn't be a reason to not do it just because of one bad idea. The Frogurt shouldn't stop you.
This is my job, Sharifa.
I love it.
Envisionfestival.com.
Yes.
ENVSN Festival.com.
And make sure you're at Laura Jam inside Envsn Festival. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
Sharifa, it was a pleasure.
Thank you so much. Thank you.